stars, and the solar system. Introduction. During the day, what do you see in the sky? Of course, only the sun. However, during the night, the same sky shows us a number of things. We can see various heavenly bodies such as the moon and the stars. Sometimes we even see a comet or meteor in the sky. The vast space, which includes the Earth and other heavenly bodies in the galaxy, is called the universe. Celestial bodies is the collective term given to the moon, the stars, the planets, and many other heavenly bodies that exist outside the Earth's atmosphere in the galaxy. The study of celestial objects and associated phenomena is called astronomy. However, all the celestial bodies are not the same. They differ from each other in some or the other way. Let us discuss them in detail. The moon. The moon is the only natural satellite of the Earth and also the brightest celestial body after the sun. Moon is almost 1/4 the size of the Earth, and by mass, its weight is around 1/6 of the mass of the Earth. There is no air and atmosphere on the moon. It was considered that the surface of the moon is mountainous and has craters. But when the astronauts landed on the moon, they found that the moon's surface was dusty and barren. The moon takes about 27.3 days to complete one revolution of the Earth. The temperature of the moon during the day is about 110 degrees Celsius, while at night it is minus 150 degrees Celsius approximately. Phases of the moon. As viewed from the Earth, the shape and size of the moon keeps changing periodically. The various shapes of the bright part of the moon as seen during a month are called the different phases of the moon. It plays an important role in our social life. Almost all the festivals in India are celebrated as per the phases of the moon. Moon shows different phases because of the revolution of the moon around the Earth and revolution of the Earth around the sun. Some of the typical phases of the moon are: full moon. When rays of the sun fall directly on the moon, it is seen as a flat disk. This is called full moon. It occurs within about 15 days from the new moon day. Full moon day is called Purnima. Crescent moon. When only a part of the moon is visible to the Earth, it is called crescent moon. This is so because the sun's rays fall only on a part of the moon. New moon. When the Earth and the sun are on two opposite sides of the moon appears completely dark. As a result, we can't see the moon. This is a new moon day. The new moon day is also called Amavasya. Reason for phases of the moon. The moon does not have its own light. It just reflects the light that falls on it from the sun. This is responsible for various phases of the moon. The size of the illuminated part of the moon visible from the Earth increases each day after the new moon day. Also, after the full moon day, the sunlight part of the moon visible from the Earth decreases in size every day. The stars. The stars are huge heavenly bodies which are extremely hot. Because of this heat, they start emitting light of their own, making them visible in the dark sky. Stars are not visible during daytime due to bright sunlight. They are actually much larger than the Earth, but appear to be small because of their distance from the Earth. Stars do not exist forever. The bigger the star, the faster it will burn and die. Therefore, the smaller stars have a longer lifespan. The sun is also a star, but appears bigger and brighter because it is much nearer to us than any other star. The next nearest star is Alpha Centauri, which is almost 4.3 light years away from the Earth. Light year is the unit which is used to measure celestial distances in the universe. 1 light year is equal to distance traveled by the light in 1 year. Light travels at the speed of about 3 lakh kilometers per second. 1 light year is equal to speed of light in kilometers into number of seconds in a year is equal to 3 lakh into 365 into 24 into 60 into 60 kilometers is equal to 9.46 into 10 raised to 12 kilometers. Thus, 1 light year is equal to the distance of 9,460 billion kilometers. Constellations. Many stars appear to be arranged in a pattern which resembles a certain object or figure. Such recognizable patterns are called constellations. So far, we are aware of 88 constellations. The shape of the constellation appears to move from west to east. Constellations are named after the figure they resemble. Some important constellations are Ursa Major. This constellation consists of 7 bright stars arranged in the form of a dipper. Ursa Major is also called the Great Bear because the bright stars, along with the fainter ones, resemble a bear. It is also known as Saptarishi. Ursa Minor. This constellation also had 7 bright stars arranged in a form that resembles a bear. Ursa Minor is also called Little Bear. It can easily be seen in the northern sky in the month of June-July. Orion. This constellation had 7 bright stars and few faint ones, the arrangement of which resemble a hunter. The 3 middle stars represent the belt and the 4 bright stars represent the arms and the legs. It is visible in the northern sky in the late evening during winter. Its name in Indian astronomy is Vyadha or Mriga. The star Sirius, which is the brightest star in the sky, is located close to the Orion. Cassiopeia. It is another permanent constellation in the northern sky. It is visible during winter in the early part of the night. It looks like a distorted letter W or M. Its name in Indian astrology is Sharmishtha. It is a group of 5 stars. The solar system. The solar system is a collective term used for the sun, the 8 planets, their moons, comets, and asteroids which revolve around the sun. The gravitational attraction between the sun and other objects keeps them revolving around it. The 8 planets in their order of distance from the sun are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The Sun. The Sun is the closest star to the Earth, whose temperature is about 14 million degrees Celsius at the center. Gases like hydrogen and helium produce heat and light in the Sun. The planets. There are 8 planets in the solar system which move around in elliptical orbits around the Sun and at the same time rotate on their own axis. They look like stars, but they do not have light of their own. The planets keep changing their positions with respect to the stars. The simplest method of identifying planets from stars is that the stars twinkle, whereas planets do not. Let us discuss various planets. Mercury. Budh. It is the first and the nearest planet to the Sun. Being closest to the Sun, it is very hot during the day and extremely cold during the night. However, it can be observed just before sunrise or just after sunset near the horizon. It has many craters on its surface. Mercury has no satellite of its own. Venus, Shukra. It is the second planet from the Sun and the closest to the Earth. The size of this planet is almost the same as that of the Earth. It is hotter than Mercury. Evening star is the name given to planet Venus as it appears in the west evening sky after sunset. It is considered to be the third brightest celestial body appearing from the Earth after the Sun and the Moon. It is also called morning star as it appears in the east before sunrise. Earth, Prithvi. It is the third planet from the Sun and only planet to have life on it. It revolves around the Sun in 365.25 days and also rotates on its axis, resulting in day and night. There are varying seasons on the Earth due to its tilted axis. From space, the Earth appears blue-green due to the reflection of light from water and landmass on its surface. Mars, Mangal. It is the fourth planet from the Sun, often visible as a red object in the sky. Because of its red color, it is also called the red planet. Like that of the Earth, Mars also has polar ice caps. But those are a combination of water ice and carbon dioxide ice. Mars has two small natural satellites. Its atmosphere is believed to have carbon dioxide on it. Jupiter, Brihaspati. It is the fifth planet from the Sun and also the largest in size. It is so large that around 1300 Earths can be placed inside it. There is a large red spot on its surface. This spot is actually a giant storm. It has a thick atmosphere surrounding it. It has a faint ring around it and has total 79 moons. Saturn, Shani. It is the sixth planet from the Sun and its size is almost the same as that of Jupiter. It had 7 beautiful flat rings around it, possibly made of ice with a trace of rocky material. It has a very low temperature. It has large number of satellites. It is least dense among all the planets. Its density is less than that of water. Uranus, Arun. It is the seventh planet from the Sun. It is a large planet which is very far away from the Sun. It appears green on being viewed through a telescope. It can't sustain life on it due to its very low temperature. Neptune, Varun. It is the eighth planet from the Sun. It is also very cold like Uranus. Till 2006, there were 9 planets in the solar system. Pluto was the farthest planet from the Sun. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union (IAU) adopted a new definition of a planet. Pluto does not fit in this definition, so it is no longer considered to be a planet of our solar system. Other members of the solar system. Apart from the 8 planets, there are other members of the solar system as well. They are the asteroids, meteors, meteorites, and comets. Asteroids. They are the rock pieces that revolve around the Sun between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. There are nearly 1 lakh asteroids, the largest one being Seer. Asteroids are believed to be pieces of much larger planets which might be broken due to the gravitational pull of the Jupiter. Comets. They are heavenly bodies that revolve around the Sun in very large orbits. A comet is a large, loose collection of materials and appear as a bright glowing ball with a long glowing tail. The tail mainly consists of dust and gases. Many comets are known to appear periodically. One such comet is Halley's Comet, which appears once after nearly every 76 years. It was last seen in 1986. Some people think that comets are messengers of disasters, such as wars, epidemics, and floods. But these are all myths and superstitions. Appearance of a comet is a natural phenomenon. Meteors and meteoroids. Meteors are the small heavenly pieces of stones and metallic rocks that travel at a high speed. When meteor enters the Earth's atmosphere, it gets heated and becomes visible. The part of the meteor which does not burn on entering the atmosphere of the Earth falls down as a meteoroid. The size of meteoroids vary from a small pebble to a few tons of weighing blocks. Artificial satellite. A man-made object circulating around a planet is called an artificial satellite. The first artificial satellite was Sputnik 1, launched on October 4, 1957 by the USSR. The first Indian satellite was Aryabhatta, launched on April 19, 1975. Since then, India has launched a number of satellites. An artificial satellite may either be geostationary, Earth synchronous, or sun synchronous. Artificial satellites have various uses such as weather forecasting, satellite communications, cellular phones, long-distance telephone calls, television and radio transmission, for locating mineral resources, underground water and land mapping, collecting information about other planets.